Your server is getting a lot of data and soon it will run out of space. Now it's time for migration to the cloud, where you get unlimited scaling and elasticity. You can also migrate your data between two cloud computing platforms such as AWS and Azure. For massive data, you can physically migrate to save your time with services such as Snowball and Azure Databox. So don't wait, start learning cloud migration now. See you in the class.
Hey friend, now we are going to learn about AWS migration on cloud. Migration could be vital or inevitable when it comes to migrate tools from one platform to the other. Suppose you have a cloud solution being hosted on AWS, Microsoft Azure, IBM Bluemix, or different vendors, and you want to change that vendor from one platform to other, or you might have your on-premise data storage and you want to move it to cloud or vice versa. You need a service called migration and a dedicated whole dedicated concept or workflow for this migration task. On AWS, we have different services for the same purpose, and we can manage these services from Migration Hub. So let's learn what is Migration Hub, which is the topic of this lecture. Here with AWS, we get two major migration services. First is a migration hub. Second is a snowball. We will be learning about a snowball in the next lecture. With migration hub, you get simplify and accelerate migrations to the AWS cloud. You could migrate from different clouds on the AWS with migration hub. You could repurchase, you could rehost, you could re-platform, you could refactor when you feel it's time to migrate to the AWS cloud based on the cost, effort, skills, and different factors. It provides a single location to track the progress of application migrations across multiple AWS and partner solutions. Using Migration Hub, which allows you to access the AWS and partner migration tools for your best fit while provisioning visibility into the status of migrations across a portfolio of applications. Migration Hub also provides a key metrics and progress of for individual applications, regardless of tools which are being used to migrate them. You can use AWS database migration service, server migration service, or partner migration tools such as ATA Data, ATA Motion, Cloud Endure Live Migration, or River Meadow, the server migration SaaS, to migrate an application comprised of database, virtualized web servers, and bare metal servers also. You can view different status or progress of the resources and applications being used to quickly get progress updates of all your migrations easily and identify the troubleshoots or other issues over the time you spend on your projects. You could There is no additional cost for using Migration Hub. You only pay for the cost of individual migration tools that you use throughout the consumed resources on AWS. There are huge benefits of using a migration hub when you need migrations. Obviously, when you don't need migration, there is no benefit for you. Uh, Reliable discovery for migration planning. It provides you integrated with a migration hub solution. Your data is protected with encryption. You can engage with migration experts as well. There is a centralized tracking option, migration flexibility. You have the improved visibility. Uh, the centralized tracking allows you different things. You could track a status of different components for easier view on your single data. You have flexibility over different platforms like database migration, ATA data, Cloud Endure, or River Media, and more. You have improved visibility of the life cycle of the entire migration life cycle as you can group them together. You have different tools for migration, AWS Migration Hub, Application Discovery Service, DMS, SMS, Snowball, and tools like that. Uh, there could be various use cases for the migration. Say you have your organization having a vSphere client, vCenter with a VMware implementations, and you want to migrate those things to AWS. Then you have to first provide a vSphere cloud to the AWS management portal for vCenter, which will connect back to the vSphere cloud client. You can then connect to the AWS connector on your organization and import your virtual machines to the vCenter server via the EC2 instance. Then you could connect back to the vSphere and your process could be automated. Then there comes another workflow where you could migrate without performing discovery operations. You need to follow certain steps. You need to first migrate and then track. You have to connect the migration tools to Migration Hub, any kind of migration tool, database or ATA data or things like that. And then you need to migrate using connected migration tools. And then you have to use group servers as applications. And then you can track status of migrations after you have connected. The way to migrate the steps to migration to the AWS needs from for theoretical purpose, you needed to evaluate whether the readiness for migration, whether you really need to migrate or not. Then you have to plan how you would migrate. Then you have to design the way the diagram, flow diagram or workflow of various services that you would need to incorporate during the migration. Then you have to actually perform those steps. And after you have migrated, you have to optimize your solution. The new migration would be new host would be beneficial to you or not. You have to optimize it as per your usage. Each migration applications involves one or more of a resource type. You could discover, you could group map, you could create a migration strategy, you could use a data migration only, landing zone migration, the server migrations, database migrations, or a combination of two or more of these. With the migration, we could have a demo. Say, first we have to deploy the ADS Active Directory Discovery Connector or agent to a customer data center. Uh, if we are migrating from a data center to the cloud, then we need to view the group servers and applications on the AWS cloud via the migration hub. Then we need to select and connect migration tools. Then we need to really migrate those applications. And after we have migrated, we can track the status and start working on the future enhancements on the cloud. This would be simple, a centralized solution. You could handle these things right away from your migration hub dashboard. Uh, for VPC, you could also use migration from a virtual private cloud to the on-premise or on-premise to the virtual private cloud. Yeah, having different gateways or subnets or IPs, you could use the migration service in this case also. Then you have in the dashboard for the migration hub. When you create a service or an instance on AWS account for the migration hub, you get the option to discover, migrate, and track. You can create options on the left hand side. You have the option for the discovery, the server application data collectors or tools, and you have the option for migrate applications, updates or tools. You get a support for the feedback and things like that. When you have set up when you are set up with a migration option and created an instance, you could track those instances based on various metrics, be it a graph, a pie chart, a bar, or anything like that. You have to perform certain operations, and this was a simple migration tool. You could migrate that thing and automate that with a migration hub. uh, Try giving it a demo, give it a trial, create your own instance with a migration hub if you have an on-premise or other sort of data, um, and try building your own solution. Keep learning and keep moving ahead. Now we're going to create a migration hub instance on Amazon Cloud for migration purpose based on database or other things. A cloud migration for a data organization, the center, the all kind of data that could be migrated from one center to other center, either on the public cloud or the private cloud or from on-premise to the cloud. We could use the migration hub. It is currently available in the US East or North Virginia region, uh, and the supported regions are here. First of all, we have to choose for the supported region, like Oregon. Then we could continue. We could discover the discovery tools. Then we can connect the migration tools for migration purpose and group servers as application. Then we can track the status of our migration. It simplifies and accelerates the discovery and migration from your data center to the AWS cloud. You have the on-premise data and you want to migrate that data on the AWS cloud. You could order the physical device, or you could use the internet bandwidth simply for uploading your content. You need a secure solution for different scales. You have the discovery option based on the resources, the requirement that you need, the application name, the servers, the applications, the data collectors, the tools. You have to measure the performance based on CPU and RAM utilization for disk input output operations. You have the discovery connector you could download, or you could have the discovery agent. You could download the agent and you can have the setup instruction for that thing. We have the documentation available for the complete details. We have the system specifications, and when we have these things, the recently updated content will be displayed right on the screen. You have the get started options. You have to connect the migration tool to migration hub. Then you have to migrate using connected tools. Then you can group the servers. Here are the available migration tools: the AWS Server Migration Service, the Cloud Endure Live Migration, the River Meadow Migration SaaS, or other things. First of all, you have to connect. Then you could use the ATA data could also be used for auto migration on the live workloads directly from a VPC on any physical or cloud, public private cloud that could be used. The VPC is simply the private cloud. You could create a overview of that overlap of things. You have the AWS Server Migration Service sitting next for your use. You can connect it. We have this connected here. Then there are the steps that we need to follow for our application. When you have connected a server for a service, it will be displayed in the green color and written as a connected. Then you could use. Welcome back, friends. We are learning a migration on Amazon Cloud. And here in this lecture, we are going to learn about Amazon Snowball, which is a migration tool that allows you to migrate your data or stuff or softwares from your on-premise storage data center to the cloud on the Amazon regions. So let's start. Um, with Snowball, you can physically migrate a petabyte scale data sets into and out of Amazon Web Services easily. When you have a storage on AWS cloud and you have your data center or everything like that, be it compute, Elastic Beanstalk, or EC2 and other instances, along with your S3 storage data, you want to migrate from the cloud to any physical data storage, you could do so. Or when you want to migrate your data center that is commonly used these days, the corporations, or be it a startup or tech giants, or companies with from other sectors also trying to migrate their physical on-premise data storage to the AWS cloud. They use the service of this Snowball, where they can order a suitcase-sized physical storage, and where they can copy their data and send it back to the Amazon cloud, and vice versa. If in case if they want to get data from the cloud to the storage. So this is a package, normal package where we can store our data. This is Amazon Snowball, which could store up to 50 terabyte of data in a single instance. If you have a huge chunk of data, you may order multiple Snowball machines, or if you have less data, you could work on single machines as well. Snowball is usually for a petabyte scale data transport solution. using different dedicated devices to secure the transaction amount of data into and out of the cloud. So it could address the common challenges with large-scale data transfer that could not be done over the internet or for the high network cost or different things like that. For long transfer times and security concerns, the customers you can use Snowball to migrate analytics data, genomics data, video libraries, image repositories, backups to archive a part of data center shutdown or tape replacement or application migration projects. A wide range of use cases can be done. We have transferring data with the Snowball that is simple, and you could use it. You can manage the from the AWS management console, and the Snowball device will be automatically shipped to you. You have to just make a request, and it will cost you a certain amount. Once it arrives, you can attach the device to your local network, download and run the Snowball client to establish a connection, and then use the client to select the file directories that you want to transfer to the device. The client will encrypt and transfer the files at the high speed. Once the transfer is complete, the device is ready to be returned, and the e-ink shipping level will be automatically updated, and you can track the job status via the Amazon simple notification service or text message or directly in the console. There are huge benefits of using Snowball in case you are migrating these things. In the other solutions other than Snowball, you don't have this high speed, extreme scalability, or tamper resistance and security. You have the high speed, the data is transferred very high in a few matter of seconds. You have the if you have to transfer 100 terabytes of data, it will take more than 100 days to transfer over a dedicated 1 Gbps connection. It is very sincere thing. So you need to transfer on the physical device, not over the internet connection. It is extremely scalable. You could order multiple things and is uploaded on the S3 storage or the Glacier Vault and so on. You have the tamper resistant and the secure. It is implemented using different platforms. For encryption keys, the AWS KMS key management system that are never sent or stored on a device that allows you security and hack-proof environment. Nothing is 100% secure in this world, but it may guarantee you the security from hacking or cyber threats to some extent. It is simple and compatible. It could be portable or uh, moved from one place to another very easily. It will be low cost as compared to the cost of transferring for the internet. It is easy to data travel. If you want to drive the data from a Snowball device, you could easily retrieve. So how it works? You have to create a job right from the AWS Management Console. You have to create an instance for or create an instance or a job for AWS Snowball right from the dashboard in the migration category, and you have to request the Snowball. Then you have to connect the Snowball to your IP address when it arrives at your physical location. You have to provide the IP address and have the job manifest to the console and run the client. Then you have to copy to the Snowball data to the Snowball, and when it is copied, you have to hit the complete option, and the e-ink shipping level will be automatically updated, and it will be moved back to the AWS cloud where your data would be directly uploaded to the S3 or the Glacier Vault. There could be different use cases like cloud migrations, disaster recovery, data center decommission, content distribution, and more cases. There are various customers using cloud migration with a Snowball uh, these days and being benefited in a matter of few days. This is a typical Snowball. It may upgrade with a passage of time. You have the secure enclosure. It has a strong encryption. 50 terabyte data is shipped in parallel. It has simplified logistics. The steps will be simple that we have learned. You have to transfer, you have to connect, you have to return. And after you have uploaded the data, your data is being transferred to the cloud. it automatically get uploaded to the S3, which could be synced back with the Glacier, the EMR, Elastic MapReduce, RDS, or other kind of AWS services, be it EBS, Elastic Block Storage, Redshift, DynamoDB, AWS Lambda, and things like that. It could be integrated with other solutions or other services to bring in a complete solution out there on the cloud. So it is simple. You have to perform these things. So the data is actually secure using the KMS. It is built to handle nation-state cyber attack. So it will secure you in case of a cyber espionage or things like that. It would be in a secure fashion. There are huge security implementations. You could also integrate with the Oracle database or different things. You have the DMS client, you have the Aurora. All these could be migrated to and from each other. You have to plan your job, and that's the way. It's very simple. And these are the tags, e-label, e-ink shipping label that get adjusted to it. It has a rain and dust resistant. It has tamper resistant case for electronics and all data encrypted end to end. So when it will be transferred back, it will be moved to any AWS data center from where it could be uh, uploaded to the S3 account. So this was about Amazon Snowball. When you need a migration of this scale from on-premise data storage to the cloud or from cloud to the storage on-premise, you could order a Snowball. You could not give it a trial in case you don't need actually this thing. When you actually need, you can order that thing. Keep learning and keep moving ahead. You could build more solutions on the cloud very easily. Now we're going to use the Amazon Snowball, which is available on Amazon Cloud. We can order the physical data storage drive for copying or transferring our data to the cloud at faster than internet speeds to harness the power of cloud locally using AWS owned appliances. We can order that appliance, the Snowball, that is secured, encrypted for hundreds of terabytes of data to many petabytes of data for the AWS cloud. These are the fast SSDs that have the fast operations. Then you can order it locally on a data center. You can import data from the S3 or export from the X3, or you can order the local compute and storage only option. Then you have the device ordered at your location. From there, you could copy your content and send it back to the Amazon where they will upload your content for the cloud using your authentication keys that you have to provide. It is secure. You can make a cluster for this or you could omit that thing. Here are the steps that are being displayed. You have to connect the appliance after that. You could order it on a new address or an existing address that is being configured whenever you use. You could order for at a data center at your home anywhere you like. For 1 day shipping, 2 day shipping, you have to choose for the shipping speed, and obviously you have to pay for it. It is not a free tier service. You have to provide a name, your name, a company name, address, a data center, or any place that you want to order that package of superfast SSDs, location, anything like that. I'm not ordering it right now, just performing a demonstration out of this. This is any random or garbage value. It is very useful for organizations or startups or uh, who want to scale up on the cloud or transfer all their data on the cloud. When you are done, you have to hit the next option, configure these things. And when you are configured, your snowball is ordered and it will be you will be waiting soon for it.